Hey guys, and I know it's been a while, but you know, April actually brought out a new patch for Hawken, and I was kind of a little bit interested in sharing some of that information with you. I've been trying to find a way to actually make this work where I can actually kind of have Hawken playing in the background and not open up the patch notes where you're stuck reading them with me. But unfortunately, I don't have necessarily have a way to do that. So we're actually just going to go ahead and go through the patch notes a little bit line by line, and I'll kind of tell you what I think about it, and give you some heads up on what's to come. So anyway, they added obviously the new April patch. Special notes, just some basic stuff about market feature tabs, no compatible mechs error. If you try to buy an emblem actually directly from the features on the markets, it doesn't work right. So you have to go into the normal place to buy the emblems. Okay, so the real big thing right now is all camouflages are now global. That means if you've purchased a camouflage, and I did test this with the camos that I've already purchased, and it's been unlocked on every mech that I already have. Apparently, I've also unlocked one or two other camos that you get from leveling up that I wasn't aware of. But they also left a little bit of a note saying that we understand that these changes may not be ideal for certain players who have purchased the same camo on multiple mechs. Our intention is not to cheapen your purchase, but enable our current customization options to be more flexible, fun, and attractive to players. If you feel you have been negatively affected by this change, please reach out to us via private message or email, and we'll work with you to sort that out. So obviously, they're taking into account the fact that, hey, you might have already purchased a bunch of different one camo that you really like across a couple of different mechs, and hey, look, we're aware that some people have done that. Come talk to us. But as far as everything else, I purchased the one camo that I could kind of afford, that I really kind of liked, and now I can play with it across all my mechs. Obviously, this is something that everyone has been talking about and wanting for quite some time, so it's a definite improvement, and I think that's going to be something that everybody's going to be happy to see. They are also doing the weekly test mechs. Are actually coming back. They've kind of been off and on again a little bit, but now they have bundles for each test mech. So basically, like the loadout that you get when you play around with a test mech, if you want to, you can actually buy everything, not just the mech, but everything on that loadout for meteor credits. So, I mean, if you're kind of into that and you want to just straight up purchase it and you like everything that's with that, you can go ahead and purchase that with real money. I mean, obviously you can still buy it with Hawken credits and you can buy everything individually. That'll just take a little bit longer. Co-op deathmatch has been added as a new game mode. Ooh. Team up with 5 other players in battle bots with difficulty that scales to your group's fitness score. XP and HC earnings are slightly reduced. Co-op team deathmatch is a great mode for practicing new mechs, refining your skills, and yada yada yada. I haven't actually played it at all. I didn't know anything about that. Also, they have actually buffed heavy mechs pretty significantly. I mean, here it's kind of going line by line with all the mechs and what they've done to it. A lot of what they did to the heavy mechs, the Class C mechs, is they increased their speed, they increased their armor, and they also reduced the amount of bonus damage that they take from behind. This was something that I think they said that they felt, look, you should still be able to have a little bit of a kind of a get behind them and kill them from behind, but they found that you were just doing too much damage straight up. Sadly, my assault mech, he's been decreased. They increased the purchase price, and then they decreased the armor from 575 to 565. 10 armor isn't really a whole heck of a lot. And they actually did the same thing with the Berserker. I'm not sure that I agree that it had too much armor for a light mech, but I'm assuming, from a really good player standpoint, that those 10 hit points might actually make a pretty significant difference. I'm not certain. You wind up with a couple hundred hit points. I don't know if 10 hit points is really going to matter in the long run. So, I mean, I saw 10 hit points and I wasn't too disappointed. If I'd seen 50, I might have been a little bit more upset. But, 10 is... It's just going to make a fight against another assault. It just means I'm going to lose a little bit faster, so no big deal there. I mean, against I think in the 18 hours or something that I've played, actually played and recorded, there might have been 2 times where I had less than 10 health left at the end of a fight. So, just get a little bit more skill and you'll be able to make up for that. I mean, obviously that's what I plan on doing. Decrease the amount of active mines from 10 to 8 and increase the mine damage from 50 to 60. I haven't ever played with a Predator, so I'm not exactly certain what that does. Increase the damage per mine and then decrease the total amount of mines available. I'm assuming that's available on the screen at the same time. Allows the Predator to set up traps faster and gives a slight increase to damage output. Slight increase per mine. Now, if you do the math, 10 times 50 is 500, 8 times 60 is, 8 times 6. I should know this. 6 is 36 is 480 overall. So, I mean, yeah, you get 20 less damage, but you, like for an individual mine, each mine does, a little bit more damage. The SMG, they decrease the damage a little bit. The SMGs, I did think were actually pretty damn strong, so I'm not terribly surprised. They didn't reduce it a whole drastic amount, so, I mean, it's, again, it's not like they dropped it down to 10 or anything. But the range on it and the accuracy on the SMG has been pretty good, so I'm not surprised to see that take a little bit of an adjustment. Also, MC prices, for the most part, they have decreased the meteor credit prices for a lot of the items in here. There's a whole bunch of individual stuff here, and if you really wanted to go through and look at that, that's fine. But if you really, if there was something that you were thinking about buying with a meteor credit, right now there's a sale, I believe it's 20% off on meteor credits, and having just reduced the price of most of the stuff on meteor credits, I would suggest if you wanted to take a look at it, now might be the time. Turret mode. You can now exit turret mode in the air. This should fix players getting stuck in turret mode in certain circumstances. That's the good news. Mobile turret vanguard. Decreased extra damage from 50 to 20%. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, where they reduce the bonus damage that you take from the front, from behind. Now, you still have the bonus armor to the front, but they just reduce the extra damage that you took from the back. Turret mode suffers a little bit too much with the loss of mobility when in use. Increased damage from behind was a bit too excessive. We also wanted to keep the element of strategy to flank and attack them from behind. Kind of, and I mean, as I said, they increased a lot of their armor and increased a lot of their speed a little bit too. It's not huge flexes, but it's enough that it might make, a little bit of a difference in a fight. They increase the Predator's run speed while their ability is active. I'm guessing the Predators were a little bit too slow or something. Co-op bot destruction matches will no longer affect pilots' global statistics. That's good. You can, kind of go earn some credits. I'm guessing if you drop the fight or whatever, and if you die a bunch of times, which I really, really did, that was actually kind of a good thing. Oh, also, that they took that out. Hey, look, I can go in and I can die horribly about 1,000 times and kind of learn the stuff and earn some credits, play, and get some better mechs. Especially for first-timers, I think this is a good option. It gives you a little bit of a practice mode to run up against, the bots and kind of get your footing and kind of get an idea of what you're playing. Anyway, cockpit decorations, you've got a skeleton bobblehead and a monkey bobblehead, and you've got new pilot emblems. I would have thought they would have had a Hawken emblem a long time ago, but I guess not. There were a couple of people who were making note of the lion and the weasel, and they were happy as heck about it. I'm kind of amused by it. I actually like this one right here, the one to the left of the weasel. I'm not exactly certain what that is, but it kind of looks cool. Looks like something H.R. Geiger might make. Anyway, so new custom reticles, new camouflages. The purple swirl looks like that could be really, really weird. Also, one of the things that they did that I noticed, they added in game. No. Sorry. They reduced the total amount of EXP you need to level. It's actually probably up here at the top. Where does it say? Okay, anyway, it doesn't really matter. I actually wound up leveling a couple of different times with my pilot just from logging in a couple of days ago, and also not on my assault mech. I got about halfway, maybe a little bit more, but there were a couple of other mechs. I can't remember. Was it the Berserker? Yeah, no, not quite level. You know what? It was a sharpshooter. It had to have been the sharpshooter. It's here somewhere. Yep, I gained a ding on the sharpshooter just from, and as you can see, I actually put the other camo on this thing. The sharpshooter was one that I leveled up because I'd played it enough, and it kind of gave a level. Oh, Bruiser was the other one. I was actually pretty close to that level, and it was just kind of one of those things. Hey, look, I got it! Yay! Although, you know, I am really, really tempted. One of the things that I really like about the Bruiser is the cosmetics here, and I'll show you guys this. Which parts do I actually have? Not that one. I've got the Elite Lowers and the Elite Arms, and they are pretty much straight black. I really like those. I'm gonna have to play the Bruiser through just to get the all the camo options and everything for it. Not the camo, just the model options that you get when you level it up. I really like the Bruiser. That might even be one of the next ones that I go through. And that's kind of the thing is one of the things that I've been talking about for quite some time is the fact that I liked all the mechs in here, and I kind of I've played around with the game a little bit more. And I'd like to go through and just kind of do a rehash of all the mechs once I've played them, maybe up to level 3 or 4 each. Level 3 really doesn't take too long, maybe 4 or 5 rounds. And give, I mean, I kind of gave a first impressions interview or overview of each mech that I've already played. This would kind of give me, you know, I mean, I have a lot more experience under my belt than I did when I was first playing around with this and when I first did those reviews. So I'd like to do, I'm thinking about going through and doing a part 2, kind of getting an idea of, you know, maybe what we can do with that. You know, give you a better idea of what I think of these mechs at a better skill level. Anyway, so that's actually going to be all for this one. I just wanted to kind of go through and give you a real quick update with what was going on with these with the mechs and the updates and the patches and everything. You know, just some minor tweaks. I think it's minor speed adjustments and minor HP adjustments just kind of across the board for the heavies, and a couple of tweaks to some of the other weapons and mechs, and just to kind of see how the balance plays out that way. I haven't really had the chance to play since all of these changes. I really wanted to get to this a little bit sooner than I did, but again, you know, it's kind of the same old. I've had some stuff going on with work that's kind of kept me from doing what I really want to do. So, you know, as I said, I do have a couple of days coming up, though, so I should actually be able to get back into this. This isn't gonna be the only one that I do tonight. I am gonna do one gameplay where I do 2 or 3 rounds and kind of go through and play around with it and have some fun, and kind of just, you know, get back with you guys again. It's been a little bit too long since I've done a video, so as it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed my overview of the changes for April, and let me know what you think. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.